our YouTube channel. It's your girl Avino, and today I have a guest. Guess who? Guess who? Say hi to Winnie. Winnie, say hi. Okay. Serious business. Okay. So y'all, I always have friends, and people tell me, okay, Avino, but like to be honest, God doesn't hear me. Like I have some people really confiding in me and like tell me, Avino, God doesn't hear me when I pray. Girl, like he doesn't hear me when I pray, or like he doesn't answer me, or like God doesn't answer me. Like I've had people tell me that, and I think mostly like when I have a couple of people tell me the same thing, I think of, okay, there should be like more people that have the same question, or more people that face the same thing. Because like, what about the others that didn't tell me or that didn't tell anyone, but it's just there in their minds, like I think God doesn't hear me, like I don't know, like I feel like he don't hear me. And so the first question I always ask when somebody tells me that they feel like God doesn't hear them is, okay, so like what did you do after you prayed and you felt like, okay, God is not hearing me, or like God has not heard me? Like my first question is, what did you do after that? And I really get interesting answers. And just like you might guess, most people say, well, I stopped praying, or like I got discouraged, and now like it's like at first you are praying with so much faith, and then now you're praying like all safe, like wait, like let me just like just in case he doesn't answer, like so I don't like feel hurt and stuff, like let me just pray like with half of my heart, and then the other half I just keep it safe, like just in case, like if I pour in my whole heart like when praying about this issue, like what if he doesn't hear me and I just feel like so broken and all that. And so like I'm just gonna like pray, but like with half a heart, like you're trying to be safe, because like sometimes faith hurts. Yeah. And sometimes people tell me they just stop praying about it, like what, like after praying for so long and or just praying about it and feeling like God didn't hear me, like I'm not sure I wanted it anymore, like like it's cool, like God, it's fine, what, like that thing I told you about, like never mind. But like not like they don't care about it anymore, but like they're just discouraged because God did not answer them in their time. And maybe they just feel like God just never answers them, like he answers other people, like when they hear people say, oh well, I prayed about this and God heard me and I prayed about this. And so I just wanted to talk about that. And so when you feel like God is not hearing you, so the reason why I asked, the first question I ask is, what did you do when you felt like God was not hearing you? Because it's very I think that what matters, I think what determines whether you're going to get your answer or not, I feel like it's what you do after you reach that point where you feel like, is my prayer like doing anything? Like, does this prayer mean anything? I think what you do after that is what determines whether you're gonna get your answer or not. And I can give an example of, like, just think of, like, for example, somebody that you trust. Like, okay, this person in my life, if this person says something, then that's it. Just imagine if that person told you, okay, yeah, like, if you walk 700 kilometers, you're going to find a diamond. And that diamond is worth, let's just imagine, like, all the money in the whole world. Like, who don't want to be rich? Who doesn't want to be rich? Yes. Yeah. And so, because the person you really trust told you if you walk 700 kilometers that you're going to get the diamond that's worth all the money in the world, and you start the journey, okay, 700 kilometers, okay, for a diamond, it's worth it. And you start walking and walking and walking. And for example, like you reach 500 kilometers, right? And you're tired, like, you're really tired, okay? Like, you're not there yet at the 700 kilometer mark where the promised diamond is, but at that 500 kilometer mark, you are exhausted and you just feel like you just can't walk anymore. And so when you're tired at that 500 kilometer mark, now watch this. It does not mean that you have not come far, okay? Like, nobody can invalidate the fact that you walked 500 kilometers. Like, yeah, I know you're tired at the 500 mark, and it just seems like the diamond is not even there, even though you trust and okay, if this person said the diamond is at 700, it's at 700, right? But they're at 500 because like you're so tired, because sometimes when you're tired, it can like blur your vision, and you just feel like maybe the diamond is not even there. Like, I've been walking, I ain't seen nothing though. Like, at that point you're tired. At that point at which you're tired, Nobody can invalidate the fact that you've walked so far, like you've come so far from where you started. But quite frankly, the fact that you have not reached the 700-kilometer mark still means you do not get the diamond, regardless of how far you walked. Like, yeah, you walked 500 and yeah, that was a lot. But like, because you did not persevere the 200 more to reach the 700-kilometer mark where the diamond is, what happens? It's like, yeah, you walked 500, but like you didn't reach 700, so you didn't persevere that 200 extra more, and so you don't get the diamond. I'm just giving this an example in relation to prayer. Like when you feel like you're tired of praying, when you feel like you prayed and like you're tired of waiting, or like God is not hearing, or like he's quiet, I think it's very important what you do after you feel that way. That's gonna determine like what you're gonna have next. So at that point while you're tired, you feel like God is not hearing, you could stop praying. And that would be the equivalent of you walking 500 kilometers and you're tired. But look, you only get 200 more to the diamond, right? But like you're tired and discouraged and all that, and you're just like, you know what? It's fine. I don't know if I want the diamond anymore. Like, okay, it's fine. Like, it's fine. I'm tired. I'm not gonna continue. But like, you came so far, and it's just a little bit more. If you just press on a little bit more, if you just walk a little bit more, you get to the diamond, right? And so I feel like it's the same with prayer. When you reach that point where you're tired of praying or like God is not hearing, it's very important what you do after that. Because at that point, that's gonna determine everything. Because I feel like there's only like two ways. You could like stop praying, or you could just like, God, never mind, you know, like I'm not sure I want it anymore. I'm not sure I want to be there anymore. Or you could like, you know, that refuse to lose kind of, that tenacity, like the woman with the issue of blood and many other people in the Bible. Like, God, I'm not going anywhere till you hear me. Okay, like I'm not going anywhere till you hear me. You could choose, like you could really back off at that point, or you could just press on. It's hard, but like it's always worth it. You don't give up on your prayers, you guys. And what happens when you press on? Because God is not a man that he should lie. Because God said, ask anything in my name and I'm gonna give it to you, and all that stuff he promised, just everything his word says, y'all. Like truly, 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 everything his word says. You can really rely, you can trust God. It's like that person you trust so much. If they tell you there's diamond at the 700-kilometer mark, and you're sure, okay, because this person said it, there is a diamond there. It's the same with God. If he said it, so meaning that even when you persevere, like you're tired and you feel like you can't anymore, even when you just continue and continue, like it's not like a human being, like, you know, human beings can wake up one day, literally. yeah human beings, today it's this, tomorrow it's that. But like for God, even when you're persevering, like even when it's hard and you just feel like you cannot move anymore, there's always assurance at the end, like you're gonna get, like there's always something at the end for you if you just don't give up. If you just don't give up. So if a person reaches that 500-kilometer mark and they continue going and going and going, what happens? They find the diamond at the end. And so it's the same as with prayer, y'all. Don't stop praying. Like even when you feel like it's just crazy, like just continue, because there's always something for you at the end of that perseverance, at the end of that tenacity. If it means you're having the crazy kind of faith that nobody understands, be there. I think there's only two, because like it's either you're there or you just back off and just like really just lay everything, that all your expectations down and say, you know what, God, like it's cool, it's fine, like like you made me wait too long and now I'm not sure I want it anymore. And you could choose where to be. And trust me, if you're gonna be on the other side, like the person that just refuses to lose, you are gonna get it. Like I'm telling you, you are gonna get it. And so like this is just my encouragement to anybody that ever felt like, no, God, well, God, he don't hear me. Like he don't hear me. Really? Like, what did you do after you felt like he did not hear you? Did you stop? Did you continue? Just continue and just continue, and you could come back and tell me something. And everybody, you know, like when you hear, you know, like sometimes like you hear people's testimonies, like, you know, like when you hear what God does for people, I wonder, like, is it the same God? Because like, I feel like he don't hear me at all. Like, if you really dig into these stories, like, honestly, you're gonna find that most people did not just like, they persevered. That some people like really, most people had to like wait. I know sometimes there are miracles and stuff, but people had to go through their processes for them to even reach that point where they're testifying about something God did for them. They just don't have enough time to tell you. Trust me, like, sit somebody down, let them tell you the processes they went through for God to get them somewhere, or for God to hear them, and you're gonna see that really it's perseverance in prayer, like not giving up even when everything around you looks like it's a certain way. Like, you really have to have that tenacity of it's like what God said or what God said. Like, if you know, even if God says red is black, y'all. Like, okay, this example doesn't even make sense. But yeah, what I'm trying to say is everything, like everybody, you know, God, you feel like God does, He hears other people and He doesn't hear you. No, just like, don't stop praying. And even them, there's a process. They had to pray like so hard. Maybe they even had to like fast. They just don't say, like, you know, it's just so easy for me to say, yo, God did this for me, and God did this for me, and I prayed and He did this. And I say I prayed and He did this. And it looks like I just prayed and He did it, but there was a process. Probably there was tears, probably there was rejection, probably there was so much, but like, I'm just gonna say, well, I prayed and He heard me, but like, there was really a process. And so just don't stop persevering, yo. Like, just keep on praying, even when it looks like God is not hearing. And I just like have one question, like, did God really not hear you, or did you stop praying? Did God not hear you? Like, when you say, no, He didn't hear me, so did God not hear you, or you stop praying? Like, if I only walked 500 kilometers of the journey, of the 700 kilometer journey with the diamond at the end, if I only walked 500, then I have no right to say that there was no diamond, because I did not finish the journey. I did not meet the requirements. Like, I can't walk 500 and say, well, there was no diamond, right? Like, he was lying. Like, there's no diamond at the end of the 700 kilometer mark. I have no right to say that. Why? Because I only reached 500. So I have no right to say that. And I think if you stop praying, I don't know how to say this nicely, but like, I think if you stop praying about something, then maybe you have no right to say like God didn't hear you, because you stopped praying. Like, you stopped. So like maybe you didn't want it anymore, you know, like, you stop praying. So just never stop, just keep on. Yeah, I know it's hard, like, it's frustrating to wait, like, to just sometimes to like pray over the same thing and feel like it's just I don't know, like, it's like, it's just like a gong, the sound of a gong, like, it's just bouncing back, like, you're just not hearing you. I know, but just submit to the process and continue praying. And even as you keep praying, never stop doing whatever you got to do in the season and submitting to God. And yeah, I hope you have a lovely weekend. That's what I wanted to share today.